Hello and welcome to my channel, Exceeding the Good Reviews. This is a My Thoughts on video. My thoughts on AEW Dark from November the 6th, 2020. This was a special edition of AEW Dark in the build-up to All Elite AEW's Full Gear pay-per-view. So, yeah, it was a nice digestible show. Roughly around the hour mark, a little bit less I think. And 7 matches on the card, a lot more digestible, a lot easier to get through. More like this, please, AEW. So, as you probably know, if you've seen any of my other videos, I'll give a quick run through of what occurred on the show, just give you the basic results, and then give my overall thoughts on it. So, here we go. First off on my list, the first match of the night was Tesha Price, apparently making her AEW debut. Tesha Price sounds like Fisher Price, a children's toy here in the UK. Tesha Price against Big Swole. Big Swole wins after locking in a Texas Cloverleaf submission move. Tessa taps out and Big Swole gets the victory. Okay, nice way to start the show. Second match of the night, Matt Sydal against Christopher Daniels. Two very accomplished, very, let's say, veterans of the industry, of the sport, especially Christopher Daniels. Matt Sydal, though, to a point. Ultimately, the Hybrid 2 come out. This causes a distraction for Christopher Daniels, so Matt Sydal can get the advantage. Daniels goes for Angel Wings, but Matt rolls him up and gets the victory. Matt, with the roll-up victory, gets the win over Christopher Daniels. Hybrid 2 leave. Matt and Chris have a handshake at the end of it, so a bit of respect there between the two of them. Okay, third match of the night, Michael Nakazawa. Michael Nakazawa. Taking on Brandon Cutler. You know, the Dungeons and Dragons guy, still with his whole dragon-themed outfit that he comes out in. Got his first victory against Peter Avalon not long ago. He gets his second victory here, despite Michael Nakazawa oiling up the ropes, which actually ended up going against him in this match as he tried to grab the ropes, failing, slipping because he's oiled them up. Brandon Cutler ends up pinning him and getting the victory here. Brandon Cutler with his second victory in AEW. Good for you, Mr. Brandon Cutler. Fourth match of the night, Ariel Dominguez. Now, this was a very, very tiny man. I do apologise. But as soon as Griff Garrison comes out, Griff Garrison is like 2 times the size of Ariel Dominguez. I mean, like, when he was coming down to the ring, I didn't think he was this small. But then when he stood next to Griff Garrison, he was that small. He was a tiny, tiny man. I do apologise if that offends anyone, but the size difference here was very, very noticeable. Ultimately, Griff Garrison ends up getting the victory. Good for you, Mr. Griff Garrison, on his own. He gets the win, but it's what occurs after. Lance Archer comes out, takes out Griff Garrison. Even though Jake Roberts tells him to get out the ring, Griff doesn't. He just stands there like a moron. Ends up getting beaten up and sent out the ring by Lance Archer. And Ariel Dominguez gets beaten up and thrown out the ring by Lance Archer also. They cut a little promo about Eddie Kingston, John Moxley, the title and whatnot. Good for them. Don't like hearing Lance Archer. I've said it before, I don't like hearing Lance Archer speak. You've got Jake Roberts as your mouthpiece. You let your talking be done in the ring with your actions. So, yeah. Although some people might see it as further development for his character maybe, but to me, I don't like it. That's my personal opinion on it. We get our 5th match of the night. Sean Maluta teaming with Rising to take on Evil Uno and Stu Grayson of the Dark Order. I remember, excuse me, last time seeing Stu Grayson and Evil Uno, they appeared to have a little bit of a misunderstanding at certain points in their last match, in one of their previous matches. It looked like, are they not getting on as a tag team? There was no signs of that here. They absolutely got on as a unit, as a tag team, coefficient and whatnot. They were. Uno ended up hitting a flatliner on Sean Maluta and picking up the victory. Dark Order with the win. Good for you, Dark Order. Join the Dark Order. 6th match of the night, we had Trevor Reed, not Trevor Lee or anything like that, or Trevor Reed. Trevor Reed, as in read a book, Reed. Trevor Reed taking on Ricky Starks. This was a relatively quick match. It was all Ricky Starks' offense. He hit a hellacious spear. I mean, like, he got some momentum going off those ring ropes, and he absolutely just speared straight through Trevor Reed. Hits the Rochambeau and picks up the victory. Good for you, Ricky Starks. Really, really high on Ricky Starks. I want to see him push more prominently. Great individual, great wrestler, great charisma. Seventh and final match of the night, Lee Johnson, now a member of the Nightmare family. When did that happen? Taking on Chuck Taylor of the Best Friends. Chuck Taylor coming down with Trent and Orange Cassidy in his corner. Lee Johnson, looked impressive as always. Chuck looks impressive. These are two great in-ring individuals, great in-ring workers, and they put on a belt of a match for the night. Chuck Taylor ends up getting the win. Lee Johnson impresses here. Gets a high five off Orange Cassidy and a high five off Trent. Gets a hug as well off Chuck at the end. So that was a nice moment to see. Two babyfaces here competing, acknowledging each other, mutual respect and whatnot. But Chuck Taylor got the win. This was my belt of the night. It was a very enjoyable match. There was quite a few matches that were quite good. That as the night was progressing, I was thinking, well, that'll be my belt of the night. No, now this one will be my belt of the night. This one, the main event, Chuck Taylor against Lee Johnson, was my belt of the night. It was a great match, and it was a decent night. This is how AEW Dark should be. A 1 hour program. Like I said, I think it was just short of 1 hour. I think it was 56, 57, 58 minutes, something like that. A very easy to watch show. 7 matches. It was all about the wrestling. They got through it in a quick fashion. All the matches were of decent quality, of decent to great quality. So, I enjoyed the night. So, yeah, more of the same, please, AEW. Those are my thoughts on AEW Dark, though. What are your thoughts on AEW Dark? Let me know in the comments. Like this video, hit the subscribe button, and yeah, stay tuned for more content. I just want to say a big thank you very much for watching. Stay safe, stay classy.